Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I have to stop that stream earlier. Anyways, we are back and we'll start this thing. So, if you guys are watching this, let me know how the stream is going. And you can see the chats on the screen. Let me just pop out the chat. Okay. There you go. I think this is good. Okay. So, what we did earlier yesterday is we implemented this thing, a CLI ticket tracker. It was a simple thing. We didn't handle the edge cases over here. But today, our next problem is the same as earlier, but we have to do something in it. We have to make sure we didn't catch any bug or so. So the second question, as you can see on your screen, is this one. Same tracker, but with proper error handling. So replace every panic unwrap with result. Okay. Add a custom error enum. So we have to add a custom error enum that says ticket error not found. Ticket error. Okay, invalid status. Okay. And we have to implement error, this standard error for it, and then propagate the errors with this operator, question mark operator. So I hope you understand this question mark. Whenever we kind of implement it, it propagates the error on the top. So we can do this, and once we propagate the error to the top, on the results error part, we can just use this, right? Okay, so we have to also implement error for it as well. So when we implement error, this thing is returned, right? This one. And inside this, we can pass this enum, right? And this enum will have this ID, whatever we pass that doesn't exist. Okay. And also another thing that we didn't implement after this was a delete status button. How to delete. So guys, if you're watching this, make sure you leave a like. And if you have any questions, feel free to hang out on the chat. Okay. Oh man, I'm feeling so sleepy. All right, so without wasting much time, maybe you guys can try this out. It's all right if you guys have followed me from the last stream. This one you already know how to do, and following the same you can just implement the error enum as well, the way we implemented status enum. And whenever you propagate the error on the main page from the function is calling, you can just implement implement the error, standard error for it, and use this enum, right? Basically the only thing that we have to do is the update status 99. Currently if I sorry guys, so currently if I just kind of update a 99 status, there is not any element in the vector that has the ID 99, right? Because we have implemented this ticket tracker kind of thing. Okay, so maybe you guys can do that. The third one is in-memory key value store. This one we already have implemented in our previous streams, but we are going to do that again. We need to implement a struct store, data hash map, right? We will implement all these things and then we'll make it generic on the values type using traits and generics. Okay. This is the data structure you will be distributing later. Okay, so basically we have to create a data structure that has a hash map. Okay, for now it's taking a string key value pair, but eventually we have to make it generic over the so that it can take all the types, right? Like one with the ID, let's say Alice, one ID with the Alice. Currently we have name Alice. So basically store new. Okay, so this is the example that we have to implement, right? So if I get name, I will get some Alice. If I delete name, I get none. And the fourth one is a CLI calculator or a unit converter reads expressions from standard input in a loop. Now this is a proper CLI that you can see. It reads an expression expressions from the standard input in a loop, builds comfort with parsing, pattern matching, okay, on result option, and loop that doesn't fight the borrow checker. Okay, right? If I do 7 plus 3, if I do this, like that. Okay. Oh my god, I'm feeling so sleepy. Multi-threaded word counter. The quick brown fox, the lazy dog, okay, so the quick brown fox, lazy dog. Now this is a good example of so how would you do that? Maybe you can create a hash map, right? This word has to be put in a key, right, and increment the counter against. So the one. Quick, we have to check on the hash map. If the key already exists, we increment the counter. If not, we will add it as a new key. So the quick will be 1, brown will be 1, fox will be 1, the is already present, so it will be 2, right? Lazy dog, it will be 3. So everything 1, this is 3. So basically this is how it's done, but we have to make it multi-threaded. So we are going to use this arithmetics, right? We reference count thing, if you are aware. TCP echo server. Now this is some advanced one. Basically, once you do all these questions on this PDF, you are basically good to go on the next level. Basically, you are good with Rust. Mini Redis tutorial. We have implemented something, all the basic features of Redis already in a project. If you want to check out my videos as well. So basically we have get, set, time to live parameter that we have implemented, TTL, right? It's all in memory, by the way. Single node STD key value pair. Okay. This could be done as well. So it is like expecting us to use XM, but it's up to you whether you want to use XM or you want to use Actix. Okay, these are the some blocks that we can read alongside with our exercise. A learning general from Luca Palmieri and personally.me. Extra practice if the specific doesn't click. 8 exercises. Ownership borrowing. Write a function that finds the longest string without taking ownership. Then write a second version that take vector string by value, consumes it, return a own string, compare the signature, and explain out loud why each one needs the ownership it asks for. So these are the exercises that I kind of like picked because I was kind of doing this from very like long time. So I thought just in order to sharpen my axe, I thought I should like fix up some questions and try to implement those. Okay, so let's go with this one. Hopefully you guys can kind of do this. You can take the screenshots of this thing, or maybe if you want, just let me know in the you know chat. If you want, I can just simply post these PDFs somewhere, so guys you can like have it. How is the stream going? Is it going good or uh, let's not do this. Let's go inside this. We already kind of created this thing, right? Oh man, I was just doing like that from fucking 40 minutes. Oh man, I just like kind of turn it out off from the OBS. Is it? Man. Yeah. It should be audible now. But that's a loss, man. 50 minutes. No audio. Oh man. Okay. Consider further restriction type U with trade display. Yeah, we can do that because we need to show the value, right? It doesn't implement display. So probably we can just say U. We need to like kind of use display trait as well, plus debug. No, let's just do display. Okay. It's already used, so let's remove this thing. Okay, and now instead of this string, I can simply use T, right? And key doesn't implement display. Okay, so I can just simply say display here as well. Expected reference T found this rest another. Just do this. Okay, the second problem statement of converting these strongly typed thing into a generics is, I think, done. So this is how you do it. You just define these things and start learning some Rust. I read feature in the Rust book, but it's kind of overwhelming for me. So the best resource would suggest in the path from on. So the best resource that I can suggest you is the one that you are feeling very overwhelmed with, the Rust book. So keep doing that. Along with that, you can do Rustlings. It's a exercise based on the Rust topic that you learn from the book. So you go over there, pick one topic that you have learned and try to solve those. It's quite easy, but it only like gives you some experience, let's say, that whatever you have learned. And the second thing that I can say is kind of build your projects like these small CLI applications. So you can do that. Yeah, just keep doing that like I'm doing. So all these questions that I have like created a PDF of, are the exercises that help me to make my points very strong, the topics that I read or I work on, right? So this CLI ticket tracker that I did earlier, it like kind of showed me how ownership and these things work. The same for this thing, it helps me how to handle the error, right? All these questions that I created. The third one that I'm using, it is kind of so all these things, it helps me with traits and generics, as you can see we have implemented, right? So try to do it like that. Read the topics from the Rust book and try to figure out exercises in Rustlings, and then try to do some questions based on that topic so that it becomes stronger, that topic that you have learned. And that's it. And the final thing is, you just migrate whatever you have learned into Rust. Just rewrite everything. Yes. The Rust book it is. Yes. So the second part of this thing is then make it generic over values type that using traits and generics. This is the data structure you will be distributing later. Okay, so this is done. TU, right? How do we do that? Whenever we want to create a generic type, we just define all these things over here. So initially a hash map uses key value. So instead of TU, you can use KV, capital, right? And to extend the implementation, you have to define it over here. And for the key, it has to be implement these trait bounds, right? EQ and hash. And why these? Because in a hash map, a key has to be unique. So that is why it should implement EQ and hash, these traits, right? This is how we implement. This is the where clause that we use, right? And now here display I have implemented because I am just showing it on the print as well, right? Printing the key. So it should implement a display trait. You cannot like kind of print anything that doesn't implement a display trait. So in order to do that, we have done a display trait. And also we are just printing out the value. So it is obvious to, you know, implement the display trait for a value as well. So the T is for the key and V is for the value. And yeah, that is it. And we have removed the strongly typed thing like string and converted it into a T and a U generics. And now the good thing is from the main file, what I can do, I can just pass the string as well, and also I can pass in another key that is of a different type. Instead of a string, I can just simply say 1 and a value to be uh, 32.789. Can I do that? Well, it throws me an error. It says method defined here set T. Oh wow, method defined here T, it needs a key and a value. Well, key value here is a generic, right? Are we missing something? Insert QnA value T. Okay. For scenarios requiring a single hash map to store multiple different type that we have to do, you can use type ID as the key, type ID of T. Okay, the pattern often called a type map. Okay, hello brother, do you mind? Hello Amit Sharma. Yes, it is. Yes, Rust. Okay, so we have seen this thing now. So if you don't have anything, you just have a value, you can how to create an ID out of it. You can use this. Are you learning? Yes, always. I mean, I have been like writing Rust in production as well, but again, I left it for a few months. So, you know how things go when you just leave them. So I'm just like resharpening it. So I use Rust in, yeah. So I use Rust in production in web development. I use Actix Web to create a web server. Yeah. So basically once you start it, it just follows the same pattern, right? So it looks like we are kind of working on it, but basically we are not. So just to like kind of learn the nitty-gritties of the language, I'm doing these questions and learning these things like so yeah. You can create IDs out of this, like this one, std type ID, and this type ID of T can be used to create the ID, right, and get t any self. Okay. Generic hash map doesn't do method get. Use generics with hash map. Rust for Python developers by Microsoft. Yes. Really very valuable feature since code is cheap, and if code is cheap, everyone wants to be fast. Yes. Mm-hmm. Correct. Unique hash map does not implement method get. What do we have here? Type signature of get. KVS, KEQ hash, and S hash state. Sized. Okay, help me out on this one. If I want to set, so you see I implemented this thing, right? Bro, what you find is most confusing things in Rust? For me, it's generic trait. Yes, but for me it was, yes, traits and generics was there, but also to the very end there are few things that are quite confusing. So basically I just kind of brush them and quickly move on to implement things. Like just learn the basics and then start implementing. Also, bro, if you think like trait and generics are the confusing one, try to implement that TCP, that server thing, kind of from scratch. Okay, so there is an issue. So if I show this main file, it says expected string, but why? We already have updated. What's your opinion of fanboys? I don't know what it is. I have to look it up. So yeah, we already updated this thing, right? But it still asks us to, you know, on the set, what do we have to do? Can we do it like this? T is Rust halal. What are we building here? So basically what I'm doing here is, these are the questions that I have, that I'm like kind of doing it, you know, just to, you know, make the things dirty again. So CLI tracker, we built it yesterday. This thing I gave it as, you know, if someone is watching, I gave it as an exercise that there was a thing when we update this thing, we didn't have any edge cases handled. So this is how we have to do. The way we have implemented status enum, we have to implement a custom error enum, and we have to use this standard error thing that Rust provides in order to show if anything is not present. The third exercise that we are doing is key in memory key value store. This is the PDF that I created. I sometimes, you know, very kind of feel very bad, and also sometimes I feel I don't know anything, so I just ask Claude or Chat GPT, you know, to give me a sheet that has all the questions that I can, you know, test myself. So it just spit out this thing. You guys can do that too, and try to like implement those functions, like those exercises. It's a PDF, nothing much. So basically, let me just show you. So phase 1. Yes, yes. So basically, let me just like give you the entire story that why I'm doing this. Basically, I thought if I'm going into the back end, why don't I just do this distributed systems, you know, like it's a like learning roadmap, but in Rust. So it spit out some phases, and I'm on the phase 1. It says Rust fundamentals. I didn't skip it, you know. I didn't skip it. I says I said why, like I'll start it from the day 1, like I know nothing. So on the month 1 and 2, yes, I choose Rust because I liked it. I've been working like with it from past 1 year. So I thought it will kind of, you know, basically on the I am planning to go on the very, you know, low level programming, and I also like it, the language. And yeah, so that is why once I kind of choose one thing, I try to make it fit in everything. So the same reason I like migrated my Node.js server into Rust. Now it's in production. So yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of attracted towards it. I think it's halal. So yeah, like that. Maybe I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know why I choose it. Nothing much. Maybe the safety that comes with it, the speed that comes with it, are the things that I really count for instead of easiness to write. Yeah. So like instead of like thinking about how hard it is, how verbose it is, you know, you whatever you can do in a single line like this, we have to write this entire thing. So it's very verbose, right? But I kind of generally not care about it, rather than I care about how kind of very secure or very strong it is. There are some loopholes, but it's not by language itself. It's from the developer's end, from my end. If anything wrong with my program, if I, you know, any open any loopholes, it's not by language, it's by me. So there are things that I really care about instead of, you know, so that's why I choose it. Again, we have electricity problem over here, guys. 10% battery. Yeah, so if you want like this PDF, you can always create one, you know. AI is there to help us. And the resources, you can screenshot this. The Rust book is must. Rustlinks is must. Few things that it gave, you can just do it. The one of the thing is that I also suggest is to watch John Jengset's YouTube channel. It's quite very good, very deep things you can learn from here. The asynchronous programming, all these things, these link, you know, of course, available on fingertips by using Claude or ChatGPT. That's what I do, and this is what this PDF about. Yeah, that's what I'm doing on the phase 1 right now, and hopefully on the next I'll see some real action. So I think yeah, this third one is complete, but maybe this is due to something, I don't know why it's giving any, you know, any over here. Will that work? I could sit on it, but I have some issues of electricity. Battery is going slowly. So probably we on the next session we can cover this thing. I think we have 4 likes. That is quite good. Okay guys, the battery is about to die. It's the status of something that I saw. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Maybe we'll fix this thing. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight. Okay. By the way, I come live every day from like yesterday. So I'm planning to come live every day. So I'll see you there. Bye bye.